You're standing in the rugged hills of Wise County, Virginia, in the late 1880s, where the air carries the sharp scent of pine and the distant clang of a blacksmith's hammer. A boy, Napoleon Hill, darts through the woods, his bare feet toughened by the rocky paths, his eyes burning with a restless energy. Born in 1883, he's no stranger to hardship. Poverty clings to his family like the red clay on his clothes. His mother's death left a hollow ache, but his father's remarriage to Martha, a woman with a quiet strength, changes everything. You can picture her handing him a typewriter, her voice calm but firm. Use your energy to create, not destroy. That moment, raw and unpolished, sparks something in Hill. A belief that his mind could carve a path beyond the Appalachian grind. It's here, in this rough-hewn world, that his revolutionary mindset begins to take shape, though you sense another figure, his first wife, Edith, waiting in the wings, her influence yet to fully unfold. You follow Hill through his teenage years, where every day feels like a wrestle with fate. He takes on odd jobs, reporting for local papers, hauling lumber, each task forging a conviction that persistence trumps circumstance. Historians still debate whether Martha's typewriter was the true pivot, or if Hill's raw ambition would have found its way regardless. What's undeniable is her role in channeling his chaos into purpose. A quirky detail stands out. At 16, he bartered a pig for a business school scholarship. A move so bold you can almost see him trudging through town, pig in tow, his mind already plotting the next step. That scrappiness, that refusal to be boxed in, defines him as he steps into his 20s, the world humming with the promise of industry and opportunity. Now you're with Hill in 1908, the air thick with the smell of coal smoke and ambition. He lands a job interviewing titans of success, a role that feels like destiny calling. Enter Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate whose sharp eyes seem to see right through him. Carnegie's challenge is simple but seismic. Study the habits of the successful, distill their principles, and share them with the world. You feel Hill's heart race as he accepts, not yet grasping the weight of this mission. Behind him stands Edith, his young wife, her presence a quiet anchor. She listens as he pours out ideas from his meeting with Carnegie. Her steady nods a silent vow that his dreams aren't foolish. You can imagine her mending clothes by lamplight while he scribbles notes, her calm grounding his wildfire of thoughts. As you walk with Hill, his notebook fills with insights, desire, faith, persistence. He's not just collecting stories. He's building a philosophy, one that feels like a rebellion against the scarcity of his youth. Every interview, with men like Edison, Ford, Rockefeller, sharpens his lens, but it's Edith's belief that keeps him steady. She doesn't just support. She challenges him softly, pushing him to clarify his thoughts. There's a warmth in their partnership, a shared dream that hums beneath the surface. Yet, the path is jagged. Hill's early ventures, business schemes, investments, crumble, money slips through his fingers like sand. Still, he presses on, driven by a spark that refuses to fade, a spark fanned by Edith's unspoken faith. The texture of his days is relentless. The rumble of trains, the scratch of pen on paper, the constant churn of ideas. You can smell the ink as he writes, the coal dust as he travels to meet another giant. He's becoming a man who sees success as a formula, not a fluke. That pig for scholarship story lingers, a testament to his knack for turning nothing into something. And Edith, though rarely named in his writings, is there, her belief in him a steady hand through the chaos. Historians argue over her role. Some call her a silent partner, others a mere footnote. But you feel her presence, subtle yet vital, as Hill steps forward, his mind alight with possibility, ready to chase the next horizon. You're riding the train with Napoleon Hill now, the clatter of wheels on tracks a steady pulse beneath your feet. It's the early 1910s, and the air smells of coal dust and possibility. Hill's notebook is a tangle of scribbles, insights from Carnegie, Edison, Ford, each name a brick in the foundation of his philosophy. You can feel his conviction hardening, a belief that success isn't luck but a science, a system anyone can master with the right mindset. He's not just chasing wealth, he's chasing a truth, one he's convinced will change lives. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, he writes, words that feel like a vow etched in fire. You sense Edith by his side, her quiet strength a constant in the whirlwind of his ambition. She's not loud or showy, but her faith in him is a tether, keeping him grounded as he wrestles with ideas bigger than himself. Picture Hill in a cramped boarding house room, the glow of a single lamp casting shadows on the walls. He's poring over notes, his fingers stained with ink, his mind racing. Carnegie's challenge, to distill the secrets of success, has become his obsession. You can hear the scratch of his pen as he refines his thoughts, each sentence a step toward think and grow rich. But life isn't kind. Money is tight, and his early ventures, magazines, business deals, keep failing. You feel the weight of those setbacks, the way they test his resolve. Yet Edith's there, her presence a soft hum in the chaos. She doesn't lecture, she listens, her calm assurance a reminder that failure is just a detour. Historians still debate whether her influence was pivotal or incidental. Did she shape his philosophy, or was she simply a supportive shadow? What's clear is that her belief in him never wavers, even when the world seems to. There's a quirky detail that catches your eye. Hill once bought a typewriter on credit, promising to pay it off with articles he hadn't yet sold. It's a gamble so bold it feels like a metaphor for his life, betting on himself before the world catches up. You can imagine him lugging that typewriter home, Edith's knowing smile as he sets it up, already typing furiously. His belief in success is unshakable, but it's her quiet nods that fuel his fire. She's not just a wife, she's a partner in this crusade, her faith a mirror reflecting his potential. You see them talking late into the night, her practical questions sharpening his grand ideas. "How will you make this real?" she asks, her voice soft but pointed. And he dives deeper, refining his vision. As you follow Hill through these years, the world feels electric with change. Factories humming, cities growing, ideas sparking. His interviews with titans reveal a pattern. Success starts in the mind, with a burning desire that refuses to quit. He's not just learning. He's distilling, crafting a philosophy that feels alive, urgent. But the road is rough. Creditors knock, and dreams of quick wealth slip away. You can smell the stale coffee in the diner where he meets contacts, the faint dampness of his coat after a rainy day of hustling. Through it all, Edith's support is a quiet force. She doesn't flinch when bills pile up. She mends clothes, stretches meals, and believes. Her faith isn't blind, it's deliberate, a choice to see the man he's becoming, not the struggles of the moment. You're with Hill as he begins to lecture, testing his ideas on small crowds. His voice, once raw, grows steady, carrying the weight of his conviction. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, he tells them, and you can feel the room lean in, hungry for more. It's not just charisma, it's certainty, forged in the furnace of his own trials. Edith's there in the background, maybe folding programs or greeting attendees, her pride unspoken but palpable. That typewriter on credit story sticks with you, a reminder of his audacity, his refusal to wait for permission. And as you watch him speak, you realize his belief isn't just in success. It's in the power of the human mind, a power he's learning to wield. With Edith's quiet strength as the wind at his back, pushing him toward the next step. You're walking beside Napoleon Hill now, the early 1920s unfolding like a worn map, the air thick with the scent of newsprint and ambition. His vision is sharpening, the vague outlines of his philosophy coalescing into something tangible, something revolutionary. The words of Think and Grow Rich are taking shape in his mind, a book that will one day ripple across generations. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement, he writes, his pen scratching late into the night. You can feel the weight of those words, the clarity they demand. Hill's not just dreaming anymore, he's building, each idea a brick laid with precision. And there's Edith, his wife, her presence a steady pulse in the chaos. She's not just a supporter. She's a mirror, reflecting his purpose back to him when doubt creeps in. Her quiet encouragement a compass guiding him through the storm. Imagine Hill in a small apartment, the flicker of a gas lamp casting long shadows. Papers are scattered across a rickety table, each page a fragment of his grand vision. He's broke again, the sting of failed ventures still fresh, magazines folded, investments gone sour. Yet, you sense his focus, a laser-like clarity that cuts through the noise. He's not chasing money now, he's chasing a legacy. Edith's role is subtle but vital. She reads his drafts, her practical mind catching gaps he misses. Will people understand this? She asks, her voice soft but sharp, pushing him to make his ideas clearer, universal. Historians still debate her influence. Some say she was merely a sounding board, others argue she shaped the very structure of his philosophy. What's undeniable is her ability to keep him anchored. Her belief a lifeline when the world feels unsteady. A quirky detail jumps out. Hill once spent his last dollar on a train ticket to meet a potential publisher, only to arrive and find the man out of town. You can picture him standing on a windy platform, coat threadbare, but his resolve unbroken. That gamble, that stubborn faith in his vision, defines him. Edith's there when he returns, not with pity but with a nod that says, "Next time." Her pragmatism balances his audacity, a partnership that feels like two hands steadying the same wheel. You see them over coffee, her mending a shirt while he talks of organized planning and mastermind alliances, her quiet hum a signal she's listening, absorbing, believing. It's not just love, it's a shared mission, her faith fueling his clarity. The world around Hill is shifting. Cars rumble through growing cities, radios crackle with new voices. He's lecturing more now, his ideas taking root in small halls, his voice carrying a conviction that makes people lean forward. Success requires a definite aim, he tells them, and you feel the room hum with possibility. His clarity isn't just personal, it's a beacon for others, a map for anyone willing to define their purpose. But the road is still rough. Financial strain presses hard, and self-doubt whispers in quiet moments. You can smell the damp wool of his coat as he walks home through rain, his mind wrestling with how to make his book real. Edith's there, her presence a quiet fire, her belief a shield against despair. She doesn't solve his problems, she reminds him he can. As you follow Hill, you see his vision crystallize. He's not just writing a book, he's crafting a system, a way to harness the mind's power. Every failure, every bounce check, every rejected pitch sharpens his focus. That train ticket story lingers, a reminder of his relentless drive, his refusal to let setbacks blur his purpose. Edith's role grows clearer too, not as a muse, but as a partner who sees the man and the mission as one. She's there when he doubts, her steady gaze saying what words don't need to. Keep going. You feel the weight of their shared dream, the way it binds them through lean years and long nights. And as Hill's pen moves, carving out the principles that will define Think and Grow Rich, you sense the world shifting, ready to receive his vision, with Edith's quiet strength as the unseen force holding it all together. You're in the thick of Napoleon Hill's grind now, the mid-1920s, where the air smells of ink and determination. The manuscript for Think and Grow Rich is no longer just a dream. It's a stack of pages, dog-eared and coffee-stained, growing under his relentless discipline. Action is the real measure of intelligence, he writes, his words a call to himself as much as to the world. You can feel the weight of his routine. Late nights hunched over a desk, the scratch of his pen a steady rhythm against the hum of a sleeping city. Hill's not just writing, he's fighting, pouring every ounce of himself into this book. And there's Edith, his wife, her presence a quiet force, her unwavering support the fuel that keeps his fire burning. She's not just cheering him on. She's holding the line, her belief a bulwark against the chaos of their lean years. Picture Hill in a cramped room, the flicker of a single bulb casting shadows on the walls. Bills are piling up, and the sting of past failures, businesses gone bust, promises unkept still lingers. Yet his discipline is ironclad. He wakes early, writes for hours, and lectures to anyone who'll listen, each step a deliberate act toward his goal. You can smell the stale coffee in his mug, the faint dampness of his coat from a rainy commute. Edith's there, her hands busy with practical tasks, mending, cooking, stretching their meager funds, but her mind is with him. Keep it simple, she says when his ideas spiral too grand, her voice a gentle tether pulling him back to earth. Historians still debate her role. Some call her a silent partner, others insist she was the backbone of his persistence. What's clear is that her support isn't passive, it's a deliberate choice, a daily act of faith in his mission. A quirky detail catches you. Hill once walked 10 miles to deliver a lecture when he couldn't afford train fare. His shoes worn thin but his resolve thicker than ever. You can imagine him trudging along, rehearsing his speech, the words of persistence and organized effort, echoing in his mind. Edith's waiting when he returns, her quiet pride a balm for his aching feet. She doesn't just listen. She engages, asking questions that sharpen his delivery. Will they feel it in their bones? Her influence is subtle but seismic, a steady hand guiding his action. You see them over a simple dinner, her mending a sock while he reads aloud, her nods signaling she believes every word. It's a partnership that feels alive, a shared commitment to turning his vision into reality. The world around Hill is a whirlwind. Factories roar, stock markets hum, and the promise of prosperity feels tantalizingly close. He's lecturing more, his ideas gaining traction in smoky halls and small auditoriums. Success demands persistent effort, he tells his audiences, and you feel the room lean in, hungry for his blueprint. But the grind takes its toll. Doubt creeps in during quiet moments, whispering that the book might fail, that the world won't care. You can sense the weight of those thoughts, the way they press against his discipline. Edith's presence is a counterweight. She doesn't coddle, but her belief is a quiet roar, drowning out the noise. She reminds him of his own words. Action turns dreams into reality. Her faith isn't just emotional, it's practical, a daily choice to keep their small world steady so he can keep moving. As you follow Hill, you see his discipline in every detail. The way he organizes his notes, the way he pushes through exhaustion, the way he turns setbacks into fuel. That 10-mile walk sticks with you, a testament to his refusal to stop. His lectures are sharpening, his book taking form, each chapter a step closer to the world. Edith's role is clearer now, not as a bystander, but as a partner who sees the endgame. She's there when he falters, her steady gaze a reminder of why he started. You feel the rhythm of their shared life, the way her support weaves through his action, making the impossible feel within reach. And as Hill's pen moves, carving out the principles that will define his legacy, you sense the world waiting, ready to be shaped by his words, with Edith's quiet strength as the unseen engine driving him forward. You're deep in Napoleon Hill's world now, the late 1920s, where the air carries the faint buzz of a nation on the cusp of change. The manuscript for Think and Grow Rich is nearly complete, its pages heavy with ideas that feel like they could shift the world. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for success, Hill writes, his words a reflection of the lessons life has carved into him. You can sense his appreciation for every struggle, every failure, as he weaves them into his philosophy. He's learned to adapt, to bend without breaking, and you feel the pulse of that resilience in his late-night scribbles. Edith, his wife, is ever present, her wisdom a quiet current running through their shared life. She's not just a supporter now. She's a partner in navigating the setbacks that threaten to derail his dream, her insights helping him refine his vision with every step. Imagine Hill in a small, cluttered study, the scent of old books and candle wax thick in the air. The stock market crash of 1929 looms, casting a shadow over his plans, but he presses on, his gratitude for life's lessons fueling his adaptability. He's seen ventures collapse, magazines, partnerships, dreams, but each fall teaches him something new. Every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent benefit, he writes, and you can feel the truth of it in his resolve. Edith's role is vital here. She doesn't just comfort, she challenges him to see opportunity in chaos. What's the lesson here? She asks when a publisher rejects his work, her voice steady, her eyes sharp. Historians still debate her influence. Some say she was a pragmatic anchor, others argue she co-authored his resilience. What's clear is her ability to help him pivot, to find new paths when old ones crumble. A quirky detail stands out. Hill once traded a signed copy of his unpublished manuscript for a week's worth of groceries during a particularly lean month. You can picture him handing over those precious pages, his jaw set, knowing the words would outlast the hunger. Edith's there when he returns, not with judgment but with a nod that says, "We'll make it work." Her practicality is a lifeline, her ability to stretch their resources a silent act of faith. You see them over a sparse dinner, her mending a torn curtain while he talks of imagination and persistence, her quiet hum a signal she's absorbing every word. Her wisdom isn't loud, but it's profound, helping him see setbacks as stepping stones, not walls. The world around Hill is unraveling, banks failing, dreams crumbling, but he adapts, finding new ways to share his message. He lectures in smaller venues now, his voice carrying the same fire despite sparser crowds. Gratitude transforms your perspective, he tells them, and you feel the room shift, people clinging to his words like a lifeline. His adaptability is his strength, a refusal to let circumstance dictate his path. But the strain is real. You can smell the damp wool of his coat as he walks home through rain, his mind wrestling with how to finish the book amid financial ruin. Edith's there, her presence a quiet haven. She doesn't solve the problems. She helps him see them differently, her belief a lens that turns obstacles into opportunities. As you follow Hill, you see his gratitude and adaptability in every choice. The way he rewrites chapters to speak to a struggling nation. The way he finds new allies when old ones fade. That manuscript for groceries story lingers, a reminder of his willingness to sacrifice for his vision. Edith's role is unmistakable now. Not just as a supporter, but as a guide, her wisdom helping him navigate the chaos. You feel the rhythm of their partnership. The way her insights weave through his adaptability, making every setback a chance to grow. She's there when doubt creeps in. Her steady gaze a reminder of the lessons they've learned together. And as Hill's pen moves, refining the principles that will define Think and Grow Rich, you sense the world waiting, ready to embrace his message, with Edith's quiet wisdom as the unseen force shaping his path forward. You're standing with Napoleon Hill in the early 1930s, the world around you heavy with the dust and despair of the Great Depression. The air smells of stale bread and uncertainty, but Hill's resilience burns brighter than ever. Think and Grow Rich is finally published in 1937. A beacon of hope in a battered world. Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel, he writes, his words a testament to the battles he's fought, financial ruin, betrayal, doubt. You feel the weight of his journey, the way every setback has forged him into something unbreakable. And there's Edith, his wife, her love the quiet force that has carried him through. She's not just a partner now. She's the unspoken heart of his triumph. Her enduring belief the foundation of his legacy. Picture Hill in a modest office, the faint clatter of a typewriter echoing as he answers letters from readers, his book now touching lives across the globe. The road to this moment was brutal. Publishers rejected him, friends turned away, and money vanished like smoke. Yet, he kept going, his resilience a fire that refused to die. You can smell the ink on his fingers, the faint tang of sweat from long days of work. Edith's presence is a constant, her love a steady rhythm in the chaos. When a business partner betrays him, leaving him penniless, she doesn't flinch. You've faced worse, she says, her voice soft but certain, and you see him nod, his resolve reignited. Historians still debate her impact. Some call her a silent muse. Others argue she was the emotional steel behind his persistence. What's clear is that her love is his anchor, a force that keeps him standing when the world tries to knock him down. A quirky detail catches you. During one desperate month, Hill traded a lecture for a pair of shoes, his old ones so worn they barely held together. You can imagine him stepping onto a stage, his voice steady despite the borrowed soles, speaking of unrelenting persistence. Edith's there in the wings, her pride a quiet glow, her belief a reminder that no setback is final. You see them later, her mending a jacket while he talks of faith applied, her gentle questions sharpening his message. Will they feel your strength? Their partnership feels sacred, a shared resilience that turns pain into purpose. She doesn't just support, she fortifies, her love a shield against the world's blows. The world around Hill is still reeling, but his book is a lifeline, its words sparking hope in readers desperate for a way forward. He lectures to packed rooms now, his voice carrying the weight of a man who's lived his own principles. Riches begin in the form of thought, he tells them, and you feel the crowd lean in, their hunger for his wisdom palpable. But the scars remain. You sense the toll of years spent fighting, nights of doubt, days of hunger. Edith's love is the thread that holds it all together, her belief a quiet roar that drowns out despair. She's there when he falters, her steady gaze a reminder of the man he's become, the legacy he's building. You feel the depth of their bond, the way her love has shaped his resilience, turning every fall into a chance to rise stronger. As you stand with Hill, you see his legacy take shape, not just a book, but a movement, a philosophy that will outlive him. That Schufer lecture story lingers, a testament to his refusal to quit. Edith's role is undeniable now. Her love the unspoken force behind his triumph, her belief the spark that kept his fire alive. You feel the weight of their shared journey, the way her strength has woven through his resilience, making the impossible real. And as his words reach millions, you sense the world shifting, ready to carry his message forward. Now slow your breath, let the moment settle. You're at the end of Hill's story, but it's not an end, it's a beginning. His principles, born of struggle and love, live on, whispering to you across time. Edith's quiet faith, her unshakable belief, was the heartbeat of his success, a love that turned dreams into legacy. You feel it now, don't you? The power of persistence, the strength of a shared vision. Let Hill's words sink in. You are the master of your fate. With Edith's love as his foundation, he proved it. So can you. Take that fire, that resilience, and write your own story. The world is waiting.